It's the Storms Brewing Update 2.0, which actually feels more like, excitement brewing in here. There's so many people. I'm glad you're all here. I'm actually going to pass it over to Rick to go ahead and do a little bit of an intro. But
hey, how you doing tonight? Richard, co-founder of the Fun Pimps. We're extremely excited about the Storms Brewing update and all the buzz that's surrounding it. We've got a fantastic content-filled update. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the team. The team has busted it year after year. The fans have responded, and you've all made this possible for us to keep this going. And so, hearts out to you all. We love you all, and love the team. And now that we're done with the emotional stuff, we'll get back to down to business here.
Okay.
Anyway, we want to share everything that we're doing with this update tonight, and get you amped up for to play it soon.
Well, cool. So everybody, we have a script we're gonna read from. We're gonna somewhat, but we're gonna go through some things. We want to show you a lot of cool stuff. So we don't have any slides this time. I know you all love those, but we're gonna actually do most of the showing in game. So I know that's not as cool as slide. I'm kidding. Everybody loves seeing in game. So I'm just kidding with you. But yeah, we're going to do this. So let me go ahead. So we're going to start first. We have some random gen improvemements. Let me click here. And I'm actually going to generate a world and let Rick talk about it as I do it.
So our buddy Sean has been busy making random gen even cooler. There's all kinds of upgrades to it. He's made the tiles, like the padding around tiles, closer so that it's possible for elevations that are closer to cities and towns. The wilderness roads are much more believable. When you fly around aerial, you're like, oh yeah, those look a lot better. The roads connect. There's the propagation and distribution of the wilderness locations is much better. Towns have independent elevations. Fixed many bugs and improved it. So it's generating quite fast. Lathan has, you're seeing there a generated world. It takes a couple minutes for a big old 10K world to generate on a PC.
Yeah, we are doing a 10K. We have a seed that we wanted to use because we have some locations that we're going to be showing you. Some different things that we're going to talk about once this finishes. So yeah, just give us just a moment.
That shit has always been so slow, man. I've had that take like 10 minutes, 15 minutes before.
Part of the improvements while we're waiting, he's created a new sub-biome system that allows clearings and more detailed sort of like lush forest, thicker forest areas. You'll recognize it in the forest biome a lot and in the desert a lot because it's clustering plants together and then it sort of dithers them out as they go out padding and that allows for kind of meadows that are more open and more thick lush areas, and it's quite a good improvement, and it allows you to kind of not always see what's behind the trees, and there's no cost to performance because the guys have balanced it quite well to accommodate for that.
Dude has a casting couch behind him.
There we go. So
hopefully,
I guess Lathan's going to have to tell a joke or something.
No. We don't need any jokes. We got it. Look at that. Boom. It's like 2 minutes, everybody. 2 minutes.
It's a little better. It's a little better.
There we go. 2 minutes. Did somebody have a stopwatch?
That's a lot, though, man. I mean, that's a lot to put together.
Okay. We're not doing TI testing. We are going to do using this dev string. We'll just call it that. And then let me just make sure. Yeah, we don't want that.
So while he's fiddling with that, I thought our company Twitter was messed up, and the other day, and I did a test. I just typed hello as a test, and because it's had no post and it on multiple devices, it wasn't working. And I couldn't believe how many people responded back to just the simple word hello. It was like, but anyway, I want to thank you all for responding to that. It was amazing. And we laughed about that.
They're all just so friendly. Thanks,
Yeah, they
everybody.
are. It was a friendly group. I may have to do more of those coming up.
It's a good question.
Okay,
I don't know,
so
Eric.
it
I don't know.
is. We're getting there, and then we actually have coordinates that we're going to teleport to, and I'm going to show you some stuff. And then actually after that, we get to talk a little bit about biome progression.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a whole lot of topics down the pipe coming here. A lot of stuff to show. We've we're so busy, trying to get the build right that we don't always have time to share with the community what we're doing as much, with the size of our team and everything we're doing. So we know the build's late, but we think it's good.
So Rick, one thing that I keep randomly seeing people ask is how many guitars are in your office there?
Well,
There's 6 of
total
them.
number in this room you can't see from the camera. There's about 19 guitars.
19. Okay. All right.
Okay.
It's a nice room.
There's the answer,
Yeah.
everybody.
It's a nice room.
Yes. Well, I guess I'm counting banjos. There's 19 stringed instruments. How's that? There's a piano over there you can't see.
It plays. It plays.
Yep, I'm a music lover. Always have been.
Okay. So here, hold on. Let me fix one thing because you aren't.
So right there in front of the camera, you can see that
Here.
there's clusters of.
Hold on,
trees
just
together.
one moment because I want to make
All
sure they can hear everything. Just give me 2 seconds, everybody.
Okay.
The volume wasn't set right, so yeah, it should be good now. So I'm gonna click back over, and so now there you go. Okay, so here I'm gonna fly up and go ahead and wait, where was it?
You want to teleport to the coordinates, or do you want to just kind of
Yeah, I thought I did. Okay.
look around? You can see the trees are clustered in groups, and then there's clearings more.
Yeah, that's a part of the update.
Sean and Alan worked hard on this nifty sub-biome code, and to balance that, and it gives the world a lot more believability with the dispersion of the foliage.
Maybe
You see this right here? The mason jar and the can, those are different, and the note is no longer yellow. Yeah. Yep. Let me know if you don't mind me pausing it, because pausing it and calling shit out as I see it.
Adjusted, you'll see more elevations close to city areas or town areas. I don't know if we need to teleport. I think that there's some pretty cool stuff.
I see this right here. You see the mailbox thing, the mailbox icon. I'm kind of wondering what that's about.
To kind of
let's
fly fast over one of those directions. Yeah.
So there's, we're really just talking about the country roads that are going around. I mean, it's one of the nice features that's added. Go ahead, Rick.
Roads in general, I think, are more believable and smooth, and the terrain stamps that come next to city tiles are more believable. The roads meet up with the driveways of the POIs, much improved.
Okay.
And quite a few little bugs with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, as always, we keep improving random gen, so you can replay the game as many times as you want to. Maybe we should get into biome progression. Do you?
Yeah, I think the burnt forest is over here, so we can talk just a little bit about it. Let me get down on the ground.
So the weather and biome progression are sort of two components that sort of work together. There's an inherent hazard condition to each biome as you progress that is more like a Zelda permadamage that you can eventually overcome through challenges. And then there's
wait, that's the wasteland. That's not the I was looking at
that's the waste.
Yeah,
that's the wasteland. Yeah, go back up in the air.
Radiation.
Okay, yeah. We won't show that one. I was gonna demonstrate with that, but I mean,
let's show it later.
Yeah,
switch to the
radiation.
burnt
Let's
forest.
see. I'm trying to remember where it was on the map.
You know,
Is it?
what's that? The Darkness Falls has the UH-60 and the little bird. Yeah, the little bird. So they were just in the wasteland, and I'm gonna assume that they radiated the wasteland because he got out of there, and they don't want to talk about it because they do want to. They don't want to give up too much, but they want to showcase some of it and explain some of their design decisions. But yeah, Darkness Falls. Yeah, I know, but I want it in vanilla. That's fair. It's totally fair. All right, let's get back to this thing here.
Trade erect, and then he would direct you eventually to open. Well, or if you're playing sandbox, you'd find out that I could. Okay, I need to get in the burnt forest, and then when you go into it, you discover that you need to overcome the challenge of it and obtain a biome badge. So I'll let Lathan, you drive and talk.
Okay, so when you here, let me make it where they can see me. Okay, so hey, so when
Biome
you
badge.
are you find the burnt forest for the first time. You come on in, you go, okay, this is fun. Oh shit, hold on, wait a minute. I just realized I have biome progression turned off because I was testing it earlier. Okay, so Rick, talk a little bit more, and then when it's turned back on, we will.
Are you gonna? All right.
Yeah, just give me 2 seconds.
All right.
So there's an on-off
Yeah,
switch.
I'll talk about that a little bit.
Gib.
So the biome progression is a separate system from the dynamic storm weather. They both feel like weather somewhat, but one is more of a Zelda-like, Valheim-like, save, overcome this obstacle, and it's not changing your clothes necessarily. It's overcoming the challenges and obtaining a biome badge, or like think of it as a merit badge, like a Boy Scout merit badge, if you will. And and once you overcome that, you have immunity there, and therefore you can live there, perma live there if you want, quest there without the fear of the impending smoke and fumes that are in the forest, for example, to overcome you, and you would get sick and have to leave. You can't stay there permanently. And
Here, hold on. That's annoying me to see that. Okay, there we go.
So there's two systems. The first is biome progression.
So we came on in, and oh my gosh, look, there's a buff. 3 minutes. The thick smoke. Okay, it's gone now. But
Yeah,
as you can
thick
see,
smoke
the
in the
screen
air.
is getting. It's getting a little hard to see, and oh no, what's going to happen whenever that makes it? Man, I wish it wasn't 3 minutes. This is going to be a lot of just waiting around for it to get to it.
Well, do something. Do part of the challenge.
Do something
Yeah,
amazing.
let's show you some of the challenge.
So
let's go to challenges.
Yeah, that does suck. I don't like that at all.
There is a brand
Oh,
new.
look at that. Oh shit.
I hate that I have to hold on.
Yeah. You had to finish the quest. Yeah.
Yes.
So it doesn't allow. Yeah.
Give me a
So
sec.
a prerequisite to weather survival or biomes for progression survival is to complete the basics of survival, and then it unlocks that.
Don't worry.
Okay, so we can pause there because he's going to be fucking around trying to get that first quest done. I'm glad you can turn that off because I don't know if I'll be playing with that. I mean, it's kind of cool, but a badge. So as it is now, like let's talk Darkness Falls, right? Darkness Falls has kind of done it right, where the desert is too fucking hot. It's too hot, and you have to get the cooling mesh mod and the advanced cooling mesh mod, and then the snow is way too cold. I hoped that they were just gonna add like sandstorms, and I know Gib wants a big worm, like a big Star Wars style worm to pop out of the ground, but that's because he's balls deep on Dune right now. But I'm glad you could turn that off, man, because they are gatekeeping. Yeah, they're gatekeeping, progression gating. That's basically what they're doing. And like a badge, though, like I'm not sure about that, brother. I'm not too sure about that. Anyway, not sorry. Let's see what they say.
In this biome.
Yes, it is.
So it's collect a number of mushrooms that are in this biome. It's spend X amount of time. It's harvest specific resources. It's
It does look
kill
the same.
specific biome zombies that spawn in this biome. Uh, and uh, and once you accomplish the challenge of getting through, you want to.
Well, it's 30 seconds. We're almost there to finally see the effects. I just need.
So it doesn't damage you for 3 minutes is the first this is considered the easiest biome of the progressive biomes, the burnt forest, and then you would begin to start to take damage. And there's also a recipe to
There we go.
to lengthen your immunity or in it that you could also craft. But
So now I'm suffocating everybody. I'm taking
Okay.
damage. I need to leave. And then here, let me go and leave. So I don't want to die on stream. They'll never let me live it down.
Oh no, hell no! I definitely
they
won't.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
I know I wouldn't.
Okay. Oh, we made it. We made it, everybody. We
And
get to
there's
breathe
a little
again.
bit of there's a
A badge is a very similar, very silly for a zombie game. Agree.
So now showing what we are talking about. Okay. So now, where any? Let's just pick one of. Well, actually, we did some of them. Loot any of the containers. Craft a burnt smoothie.
Timestamp.
Harvest
Timestamp.
nitrate powder. Kill
So-
birds in the burnt forest, and then survive that long. We can at least go kill the burnt ones.
So they're sinking their
Yeah,
teeth in deep to the arcade style.
they progress per biome. They get a little more difficult to achieve all of the challenges and receive the biome badge.
Yes,
But it's a nice measured progression to the game. It steps up per biome some, and along with the biome progression is a feature that we call the biome stage loot cap.
Yes, the loot stage
cap.
max. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cap. Yeah.
And basically, with biome progression turned on, the loot stage cap is active. If you disable biome progression, you don't want that. It doesn't cap any of the loot, but it basically will. When you reach a specific loot stage, it'll clamp it, and you'd see an icon that would let you know that you've reached the loot cap. To raise the loot cap, you would go into the next biome. Let's say you've reached the loot cap in the forest because you've played so long in there, you've leveled up, you've reached a certain loot stage.
Look at
Once you
that.
see the loot stage cap, to raise it in the forest, you have to go to the burnt forest and
Missed it.
achieve immunity there, and then that would raise the loot cap there, and you would continue that, so forth. Eventually, you'll reach the loot cap in the burnt forest, and to raise that loot cap, you have to achieve the biome badge immunity from the desert.
Yeah.
So on and so forth there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm showing off the biome badge. So let's just pretend like I finished all those, and then I went to the trader. I got my biome badge. Now I have it. So what that does is now I can walk around the burnt forest all I want. No big deal. But if I go to the next biome, I still have to work my way through it.
Yeah, so if he went to the desert now, he would not have immunity in the desert. And you can play the loot clamp stage clamp cap is pretty generous. And again, it can be turned off to play the classic style that is from 1.0. But so this is the basic system. You don't have to change clothes a bunch and all that business like you would in a Zelda or a Valheim. It's more about accomplishing your merit badge, your biome badge to achieve that immunity. The loot stage cap and the immunity, we feel, guides the player to get better loot and improves sort of like the whole overall desire to progress through the game and encounter more difficult challenges.
I'm gonna pause for a cause there. Xbox date. JCamp, the Xbox and the PC versions are now on the same version. So they should all update together in a perfect world, but don't quote me. And text for a long time, yeah, you're right. For a long time, they were they were way separated. But as for the Biome badges, do they stack? I think I get what you're saying. Yes, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button or hit the thumbs down button. I don't care. Just hit the buttons, all the buttons.
Um, the next thing we were going to talk about is the dynamic storms, and
Dynamic storms. So the question is, do you have to take one badge off to put another badge on? Is that what you're saying, Eric? I think that's what you're saying. If so, I don't know. It looked like it only held one, but that's a good question.
I'm just going to click that one. And we're done. So now we have, this is it. We're good. But it does not protect against storms, everybody.
so the dynamic storms are a separate element in the game. They do so. The way
zombie.
they work is
New zombie. I saw it.
There is a setting for storm frequency. You can set between 0 and 500%. If you set it at 0, you're going to have no dynamic storms that are injured that could actually cause injury to you as a player. You would only get thunderstorms, rain, that type of storm. But you can, if you leave it at default, you would only get non-damaging storms in the forest. But once you get into the burnt forest and above, you could encounter different dynamic storm types. There's hot ember storms in the burnt forest. There's sandstorms in the desert. There's snowstorms in the winter biome, and there's radiation storms in the wasteland. And
radiation storms. Okay.
There's a warning. Yeah. So I would say,
trigger it.
Yeah. Go ahead and go into the snow biome and trigger find a POI so you can kind of get near.
Oh yeah,
POI.
good point. Okay.
Fly around.
Let's.
Is it just me, or is he like
fly in the snow and kind of look
There's
for
There's a little house.
Or is his PC not able to handle it?
Away from that, and then trigger the storm.
Let's make sure I can.
Yeah, you got 60 seconds when the warning.
Yeah.
So then command here would be weather storm 24.
Yes. Okay. So here, I'm gonna come over here so you can all see this. Okay. So
there's a fairly generous lead time, a warning time, if you will, like a storm warning would be.
Storm warning. Oh no.
New zombie.
New zombie. 60 seconds you'd have before it would do more.
I didn't want to show that guy until we're ready for it. So.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Sorry, everybody. We're going to show the guy. Just calm down.
So the storm kind of it's sort of like built up, if you will, in that warning phase. You'd start to see some of the trees start blowing. You'd start to see some wind picking up, and but it doesn't get as heavy and thick until the warning phase is over. And this is kind of designed to throw you off as a player. You've overcome a lot of challenges. The training wheels are off. You're past the forest biome, and you need more challenges. This might trip up your playstyle a little bit, and you may have to take shelter, or seek shelter, or get out of the biome because of the weather that can actually damage you. You can see it's starting to pick up. So then now you see a buff on the left side saying he's got 6 seconds left or he'll start taking damage to find shelter.
What?
You better get in there.
It actually hurts you? Like you don't like shiver or freeze?
Okay. There's also zombies in here.
Okay.
So he's safe. If he went back outside, the warning would not start over. It would go back to the
damage. Yeah.
Yeah. 12 seconds. So you could sprint effectively if you had medication or a vehicle. You could try to sprint or make it to a new shelter out of the biome if you're feeling frisky.
None of us have.
I'm safe, everybody. I'm safe.
I fixed that.
But these are progressively worse with each biome. This is the snow biome is the third hardest of the three. So the burnt forest has the hot ember storms. So this is like they all have a 60-second warning, but the damage threshold and the time is increased with each biome for difficulty there.
Does the storm hurt you while in a vehicle? Yes.
Okay, I was just looking at that question.
Just so you guys know, none of us have played Stalker. We didn't copy Stalker's emission system. This is a design of our own.
Yeah.
I played the first Stalker and don't remember it, but
yeah. No, I don't know much about Stalker.
And if it's good, hey, hats off to them.
Let me see if that works.
So, let's see. Let me turn that off. And
it's gonna keep doing it. That's fine. That's fine.
Is that what they said?
So, essentially, that's one version of this. It gets better. The guys have built a system that we can build upon. I mean, if future updates, if we want to get more aggressive with additional weather types, we can build upon that.
Maddie and Fleet Machine, y'all are amazing. I don't know why, but my notifications over here are off. Yell at me from the top of your lungs. There's a lot of people here. What we're doing is we're watching the developer stream, so we're kind of spectating, and so I'm going to press play again so we don't miss much.
Yes.
And you will not be dealing with that additional simulation problem. So, Lathan, you were gonna take us to.
Let's get back into the forest or. Okay, well. No! I didn't want to show that. Their command didn't work. Hold on. Weather storm. Sean said I could just set the time back. 160.
Yeah, or you go to. Can you remove the warnings? Was there? Oh, yeah.
I mean, not a modder can, but I mean, we don't. We're gonna keep it that way. Okay, so here I'm gonna show. So we're gonna touch on the perk trees. We're not gonna go like line by line and show you every single one. We do want you all to, experience it, enjoy it, do some exploration of your own. But we're gonna show a little bit. Let's go on in. So as far as the skills, we've went out of our way to. So all of them are now 5 levels. All the perks that were previously 3, 4, we made them 5, except for the ones that we moved to the new general tab or general perks.
Yeah, the big change is the general tab, and the feedback we got from the community over the years is some of these are must-have perks, and you're forcing me to play in the perception or the strength skill tree, and the general tab was designed to say, well, okay, you guys are right. Well, let's fix that. And so the general tab is really a response to that. Go ahead, Lathan.
Yeah. So we're going to show just a couple of changes. I don't, like I said, we don't want to go too far into it. Maybe we could show. Let's see. Did we have some that we wanted to show, or are we just picking a couple? I know we wanted to show one of the masteries. Which mastery do you want to show? What sounds good to you?
I don't know. So yeah, another big change that Joel and Alan
siphoning strikes
was perk mastery. That's new.
Junk
so
miner,
when you reach the
Grand
bottom
Slam,
or the top level of a perk, it gives you kind of like, it's almost like the completion series for the books. It
strength
gives you
mastery, fortitude mastery.
There, I don't know.
Those are the same.
Well, I'm already showing the siphoning strikes at this point because I saw someone say it. So, just a new perk that melee kills grant 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then how about agility? You want to do agility? Agility master? We can see what that one is. How's that sound, everybody? Okay, we're doing it. So,
Good.
Master agility. Leg hits have a 40% chance to instantly cripple enemies. Handguns reload 20% faster. Man, maybe you should be talking.
Okay.
Handguns now cause bleeding.
Okay.
Graceful reflexes deflect the first zombie or animal attack with ease. Recharges every 60 seconds. And then fully drawn bow shots bypass enemy armor, doing full damage plus an extra 25%.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So that's the mastery.
Holy
That is the agility
shit.
mastery. And as you can see, you have to have agility level 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 to get to these.
Okay, so for the mastery, you have to be
You
maxed.
got to be spec'd in a bit. And that's the same.
So, like, as if you weren't already overpowered enough once you get to, like, level 10 agility or, like, strength, then you add the mastery to it, and, like, you can kill any zombie. I hope they up the zombies. I'm also not very impressed, to be honest.
Well, there's been a pretty good boost to it. The guys have been listening, had their ear to the ground for the community. They in their own analysis of how to improve it, and we've done so in what we feel is a non-destructive way that hopefully everybody will be happy with.
Yeah. So, past that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We could move on to the perk books. We did add that Sledge.
Yeah.
Is it Sledgehammer Saga? Yeah.
Sledgehammer Saga is a new book series. It was a missing book series, and therefore we added it. And if you're a Sledgehammer person, you're going to be excited.
Yeah. So you all. Oh, hold on. Let me do this. Let me get out of the way so you can see. But adds 10% knockdown. Sledgehammers degrade 20% faster. I could read all these, but the main one's going to be this bad boy right here. Refill your stamina with each power attack kill. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that.
Wow.
Refill your stamina with each power attack.
That's pretty awesome. I can't wait to see videos of that going on.
Yeah. So
let me in. I'll do that shit right now.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It'll definitely add to the people who play with sledgehammers. We're showing them some love. Glad. I hope everybody really enjoys it. And I think other than that, I can't remember if there's any other book changes, but you will have to find that on your own, everybody, when you get a chance to try the build. I think now
it's too much to digest. So we're going to get a little bit into performance. Everybody asks about it.
Here, I'm going to go back to the screen.
So there's been a few things that have happened. All the trees have been unified to use the same speed tree graphic shader, and a lot of them have been packed to reduce draw calls for better performance. There's a new spawning system that allows the level designers to spawn more efficiently, trickle spawn, if you will, and to keep the enemy counts at a reasonable level for performance. A lot of the large POIs have been have had a pass to utilize that. More city remnant POIs have been made. NVIDIA's DLSS upscaling option has been added, so those who have NVIDIA video cards can take advantage of that upscaling to get better performance and better graphics at the same time. Let's move on. Now that you have those new perks and books, we thought, well, we don't want you to be too OP as a player. You need a scaling challenge. So we've got some new enemies to show, and classes to show off here.
New classes.
So let's go ahead. Let me click on back. I'm going to go ahead and show you this time. So, I could show them in their own environment, but I could just spawn them. I mean, maybe that's just an easier.
You could do so. So we've talked quite a bit about the Plague Spitter. He's a desert guardian, if you will, kind of. And Sean and the team have been working on giving him unique behaviors. So some of the enemies he will vomit a swarm of pestilence. There he's doing it. And they come for you. It's more effective to use melee weapons against the pestilence than firearms. It distracts you from dealing with him, and he can creep up on you and between this guy and the vultures in the desert is it gets kind of scary the first time you go into the desert now. So you want to get closer to him, or turn around, spawn him so behind you there.
Here, I'll stare at him for a second. I have God mode on, so everybody can take a look at him between him splattering my blood everywhere.
This is an amazing model made by Joel Byington. Character team is killing it.
Yeah.
But he will not spit a swarm when you're close to him, and if you time your attacks, noticing that he's going to spit a swarm, you can prevent him from spitting a swarm if you time your attacks right, your distance attacks, that is. Now back off from him again.
Oh no, you already did it. Well, we don't want to teach him all the strats right here.
Oh no, not so much. Okay. Why don't we show him? Why don't you go to the snow real quick, if you don't mind?
Yeah. I don't mind at all.
Let's show off the frost claw.
Let's see over there. They saw him a few times. I was trying to hide him, but whoops. Let me get out.
So he's kind of designed to be a native sort of protector of this biome that you would see more thick. You know, in the cities you'd see more gen pop, and you could see gen pop in the normal areas, but you can spawn one if you want.
Oh no, he's right there. There he is.
Oh, look at that.
He will.
Ooh, he throws rocks at you. I wonder what kind of block damage that's gonna do.
Lobs boulders at you, and
yeah, I just said that, dude.
And they have radius damage.
Damn, that actually hurt.
A lot of damage. A lot of damage.
Then then he'll charge on you.
Took it down to 37.
Oh. So imagine this guy on Horde Night, guys. You know, the blocks also might damage something else besides you.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So that's the Frostclaw, new behaviors. Andres on particle effects, Sean on AI, audio by Andrew, collaborative design between a lot of us. Yeah, he's pretty scary.
I'll let him hit me.
You can.
Oh, look at him. He's cool looking, dude.
Interrupt his. I think he's got a shader issue.
Yeah, he might.
You can ish. Yeah, you know, there's a few bugs in the build.
Yeah, it's fine, everybody.
Out.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
You hear that? It's fine, everybody. Everything's fine. Everything's fucked here. Yes, he's about to say that you can interrupt his rock throw by doing a little bit of damage to him. And it's the same shit as the cops. You do a little bit of damage to him and it interrupts.
And so the yin and yang for this build is the perks have mastery classes and but now we've added blue charged enemies classes that are higher stage than the green radiated, and we've added orange vernal classes that all have kind of different behaviors. So that the charged blue are fat. They have more hit points than the green, and you wouldn't encounter them until you reach a higher game stage. And but they're faster. They turn faster. They attack faster. They might surprise you with what they might be resistant to. I won't say anymore.
Do you want me to spawn one?
Yeah, spawn some charged enemies. They're kind of lighter weight enemies. Instead of every enemy being charged, we kind of divide them into the ones that are not heavier. So
tanky.
The console news is.
Oh, you see how much HP that shit had?
We're dropping experimental Monday next
I agree,
Monday.
Gib.
And we're once experimental goes stable, it'll go stable on Steam and stable on console simultaneous. We're targeting June 30th for that. Yeah. So these guys are kind of frightening.
Yeah,
if
I'll
you're
say.
a higher game stage and you want more game stylage, we've increased some of the challenge of the game because we realized that once you kind of hit a certain level in the game that it's not quite as challenging anymore, especially in co-op or parties. So with the mastery perks, they'll pair really quite nice with that.
Yeah, my primitive armor is not cutting it with these guys. Just throwing that out there. My primitive armor with my tier 4 pistol is
Do you want to? Why don't you build a little wood base real quick?
Is this skipping for you guys?
Like teach yourself a bunch of wood blocks or even
well,
cobblestone.
why don't we just take over this and then you're just wanting me to defend against them, right? Let them break at it.
Yeah. Go in there and click and kill all or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nobody in there.
No, there was a guy right there. I killed him. Yeah.
All right. So then now let's spawn some infernals. Now they're tankier. They're not as fast as the radiated green, but they're tankier and they do more block damage than the other classes. So when you get to the orange infernals, and they have resistance to some things that might surprise you.
Okay, well that didn't last long.
Holy shit! Yeah, we needed to be in like a concrete building or something.
Yeah, we did. That was a bad example. Let me go find another building.
And you have to be pretty high game stage for really to start getting these guys. But
once again, I'm trying to find them with my primitive armor here. One piece of it, by the way, not even a full outfit, but just one piece. Okay, hi guys. Hi everybody.
Do you have VC on? Some people are saying
Here, let me look. Ooh, let me see what settings.
Screen tearing is bad.
Ultra.
Imagine the developers are having problems with screen tearing. Oh, it hurts Yeah, it looks like the optimization is junk because I'm getting a lot of jumps and a lot of tears on my side, and I'm sure I thought it might be me, but I mean, I guess you guys see it too. So I need a new monitor eventually, and also Jeff, welcome. It's been going for an hour-ish, so give or take.
Here, let me kill everybody, and we're gonna spawn some guys outside. Better? Okay, good. Okay, let's do this. Let's spawn you. Same guys. I'm gonna shift through the wall.
So this is a new zombie. This is
Give them a moment.
There's blue ones and red ones.
Okay.
Are you saying they've been doing this for a year now?
I think they've already broken. Yeah, they've already broken through one.
These are bulletproof glass doors. Are fairly sturdy.
And they're already through that one. Damn it.
So
I didn't think that was gonna last long. Okay, let's go through this one.
So how much HP do they have? Yeah, that's not the place you want to be there, Fubar.
The rest of you don't wake up. Don't wake up. I'm trying to prove something here. Okay.
Massive block damage.
Better loot bags. Do we have? I think there's a higher chance they drop the best loot bags.
Okay.
Maybe Alan will message me on that one.
We are playing like Nightcrawler here, just zipping through, teleporting through walls, and they're just chasing me.
I think that there's a better chance that they can drop the highest loot bags. But if not, we should be doing that.
Guys, I don't have time for this. I'm trying to demonstrate something. Okay. Oh shit! The door's open. Okay. Well, we're gonna demonstrate it here.
What are we demonstrating? Yeah. Desert Vulture. Just get the dev gun and kill the ones that you don't want.
We've done a bit of work on them. They're a lot of fun now.
How much HP?
So, late game challenge. We're seriously want to make that a thing. We've always had.
Fair. That's fair.
It's getting worse as I run through these rooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
This does not seem well planned.
About trees, but
I mean, obviously they're not going to be doing anything for the next 30 seconds, so I'll pause. This does not seem well planned. I was literally just thinking, like, damn, they said they had a script, you know. It's fine though. I mean, it's whatever, dude. It's whatever. Goober, what's up? We need more attachment variants for weapons. I agree. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Russian
Easy.
optics,
Holy
American
shit.
optics,
Where am I
Chinese
gonna go?
optics. I like that.
Guys.
Modern warfare style.
We'll go this way.
Yeah, the tanks are kind of scary. They'll be scary on Horde Night, the Infernals.
It keeps taking me out of full screen every time there's like an ad.
So what do you think? Should we move
Yeah,
on?
we should.
to-
I mean, I'm just
So
making
why
these
don't-
zombies look bad.
Why don't you just kind of go to the wasteland real quick? Let's just so
Sure,
We've-
sure.
we've got wait, fly around the forest real quick.
Alright.
Show them how. Go down to like a thick area with a curved road, you know, where there's a lot of tree foliage all gathered. You can
Oh,
see
you
that.
mean like right there?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's sometimes there's a curved road and there's a thick amount of trees and you can't always see. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of interesting foliage collection that's way better than it used to be.
Yeah.
There's an example. Yeah. So again, the speed tree, all trees have been unified to speed tree 8 shader. Many of them reduced to the draw calls for performance. And sub-biome sort of like, you know, clusters have been created. The wind settings have been unified for the storms settings, you know, when the storm comes up. Anyway, a lot of work there on the trees and some of the small shrubs too. So improvements there. So that covers that. Why don't you spawn to Shamway Factory _01. Let's show them the zombie crawl out tech. It's pretty cool. Is there Factory 01? Yeah, do that.
A striker with aim at yeah, it would make the loot match the player level. I agree with that too.
Yeah, so go to kind of the front of the building. Fly up. No. And okay, so you see that rooftop that your cursor's almost on? Right there, yeah. So kind of fly off to the side of that and go, and then try to walk into that rooftop. There's some crawl outs kind of designed. You can kind of see those crawl outs if you maybe go up over there and then walk over there individually. Yeah. You know, get ready and focus on
50
those little
BMG,
vents.
hell yeah.
Walk onto the rooftop. So, yeah, there's little. They can crawl out of 1 meter spaces and spawn in more interesting places, and that's part of sort of like the spawn control system. So it'll kind of repopulate an area and keep the challenge up, but not, you know, hurt the frame rate by spawning 30 zombies in one little area, you know. But yet the challenge is interesting. And yeah, we can hide zombies in more places.
Great.
And so this systemic spawning of zombies, a lot of the tier 4s and 5s have been had a pass on that. So
When you gun them out, yep.
Let's go into back off. I want to take you back off to outside again, and then go in that entrance, the main entrance there, and then there's off to the left. There's sort of the front. Yeah, go in there. There's a shipping entrance. If you go left, I think. And I wanted to show you, like, we've got. All right, stop right here. Whoa, stop. Oh. Back up. You missed it.
Put the
Went
RV
too
in.
fast.
Hell yeah.
So enemies, we've had roaming in 1.0, but it was not widely used. So enemies can be set to roaming, or a percentage of them will roam, and the guys made wide use of that in 2.0. So you'll notice not all enemies are sleeping on the ground and just get up. They can roam now. They could roam before, but there's wider use of that particular feature across a lot of the POIs that the guys have done. Another thing they can do is they can effectively move in 1 meter egress, and I wanted to show that off there. But they can crawl under 1 meter blocks. You're
Under.
not safe with a 1 meter hole in your base anymore.
Okay.
So you may have to bar your windows. You have to change your strategies up.
Not really, though. I mean,
Yeah, you can roam where you want to. They can roam
Yeah.
where they want to, roam around the world.
so okay. Fuck, no rewind. I'm gonna pause it in a
252s.
second here. Pause. No, not yet. That's good. So y'all can see okay. This right here, this little shelf that's on the left right here. Zombie, what he's saying is that zombies will be able to crawl under that. Not necessarily like crawl through a 1 block space in like this window, but under. So
For a second to cough, and I've just
So-
been quiet this whole time.
so
Yeah.
it doesn't mean shit.
Okay.
Is there another Factory 01?
There is not.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Wait, do me a favor.
Armored train? Oh,
Go
dude,
back
that'd be
into
super
that
cool.
warehouse you were at. Spawn a bunch of enemies on the opposite side of that shelf and get their attention. Go back to that shipping
So-
zone you were in.
So this right here, that's what you want them to crawl under, right?
Well, now go back where you were. You were on the other side.
Yeah. I'm saying you
All
want
right,
them.
so if you spawn them on the opposite side of this, right here. Yeah, spawn them on the opposite side of that shelf, a whole bunch, and then
Okay, I
then
should have
shoot.
chosen Fertile.
Yeah,
I should have
there you
chosen
go.
Fertile.
There you
saw
go.
it, everybody, but I should have chosen Fertile.
So they navigate 1 meter really well now. That's what I wanted to show.
Yes. I should have shown. Hold on. Let's do
Hats
just
off
a.
to Sean and Adam, the animators that have made that more robust and possible. That's pretty cool stuff. It's been propagated across the POIs, the roamers, and the wider use of the trickle spawn for frame rate and for better pacing in the POIs too. It's not all the areas are just like 30 zombies at once. There's some peaks and valleys in the pacing. So we had the next topic. We did do some updates to Navigain to improve it, to change the biome layout a bit, to accommodate the biome progression, to put more higher tier PO5s in the higher tiered biomes, things like that.
Yeah.
So let's move on to showing off. The guys have made, it's kind of a new class. We call it a tier 5, wilderness. There was a few of them before, but they've kind of gone deeper into that. There's 3 new tier 5 wilderness POIs coming to this build. Why don't you go to the quarry, and let's show a little bit of the quarry off.
Okay. What is?
Just type quarry and see what it does.
Given my experience, like a pillar block or like almost any block in that space is probably going to prevent them. Not all blocks, obviously, but most blocks.
There's one of those like in Wasteland.
Okay, back
There's
to it.
one in Wasteland. There's one in Pine Forest.
Let's try the Wasteland version.
Man, everybody corrected me so fast.
Okay, so this is it. You can notice in the Wasteland, if you look around, the new trees in the Wasteland are stylistically, they're creepy. Look back behind you.
Yeah, no, there's one right there in front of me.
We got rid of sort of the cheesy Halloween haunted, but they're a little more stylized to separate the Wasteland from the burnt forest in a more meaningful way. So this is the quarry. This is built by Hernan. This is a Tier 5 wilderness POI. It's humongous. It's 100 meters by 100 meters. It's a,
Jesus.
it's
A quarry.
it's big.
Do you want me to do a flyby? Do you want me to actually go through it? What do you want me to do?
If you want to play a little bit of it, or just fly through some of the areas and don't spoil everything about it.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't
I
wanna
would-
spoil everything. We can spoil the first like minute or two maybe.
I'm not sure if that's the right path. Maybe that's the quest.
Stay down.
The big
that's
boss
enough.
doesn't know his
Found
own
the
game.
If I need to pee,
Come on, dude.
That's where I would
I'm
go.
not sure if that's right.
You got it.
Yeah.
He's just over there
Nope, stay down.
taking that money at this point. A lot less trees in every biome. I noticed that.
Yeah, shut that.
It should help. I was thinking that too. It might actually help. So the quarry is a tier 5, right? So that's cool.
Okay.
I don't get it. Will it kill my processor or not? It's still going to be CPU intensive.
You into the
It's just the way it's built.
I feel like that switch was supposed to do something, but it's not. I'll wait for
you-
it.
if you want to fly around a bit and not spoil everything, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? Oh, wow.
Here, I will
Oh, look at that. That's cool,
Just
give a
dude.
little look.
Fly
Yeah.
around and
Like
show them the
that.
beautiful terrain work that's been done.
I like that. That's
It
cool.
looks right out of Fallout almost. It's really a great
That's
POI.
it's pretty
and
neat.
It goes underground and does. It's quite extensive. It's quite challenging.
Dude, the
this is
screen tears
Corey
that
by
Fubar's
Brian.
getting. Jeez.
Beautiful work here. You want to show them a little bit of the teleport to the mine? Let's show them some of Earl's.
Sure.
Magic.
Quarry,
So let me.
mine.
There's three of them. There's this quarry. There's a mine, and there's a kind of underground government facility that Eric's working on. It is
Okay.
quite
Everybody,
amazing.
did I spell mine right?
So am I understanding correctly? Because I was writing down. There's only 3 new tier 5s, right? Do I have that right, Jeff?
Dedicated server stuff towards
Hybrid
the end.
mining?
I see a lot of people asking about that.
Don't you worry. We have not forgotten you.
We have some good news there. So this is Hybrid Mining Company. It's another sort of
Yes.
100 by 100 meter tier 5 wilderness that's quite elevated in challenge. You're going to run into these, and this is not for the meek.
Let you have a little aerial view, but then I'll let you all kind of explore this one.
Yeah. So there's 3 of these big bad boys coming. There's nearly 140 POIs total. They're coming to 2.0.
Oh, 140.
We've added a lot of sort of wilderness remnants and city remnants, and we probably want to go to some of those. Why don't you go to cave_06? Let's show them kind of like some of the beauty of
That's
some of the
sick.
wilderness POIs that the guys have been making.
That's
Cave
worth.
_06. Did I spell cave right, everybody? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I'm going to keep on about it.
So there's some really great terrain. The terrain tools have been improved, and there's some really interesting POIs that have, that has gameplay in it. You can find it in the wilderness. This is sort of really great terrain sculpting. It's really fun and cool.
These ads are killer.
So instead of just a random burnt house with no road connected to it or anything like that, the guys have put a lot of work into wilderness POIs having more variety. And Sean had worked on adding, always kind of a gravel road that connects them together. So yeah, these are real fun. This is example. How about going to cave_11? See if that's in there. Let's show them another one.
Okay.
So there's a shitload of POIs, man. Bro needs to go back to kindergarten.
And you can see the burnt forest has sort of like updated trees that are a
Be
little
kind,
more
be
unified
kind.
and different than not sharing much content with the wasteland. Yeah, so here's a little kind of fun little cavern that you could find. This one Eric made.
Looks kind of cool. A lot of
Over
underground
utilizing
stuff.
sort of like the terrain sculpting tool improvements that have gone on this last year and a half. So 140 POIs total.
He's a nice dude.
To 2.0.
Jeff, thank you. I was thinking that too.
There's a lot of stuff that's non-wilderness too.
Look, I was like, how come dude is like, he's like probably on the other side of the world or something. Like, no, go back, go back. No, go forward. No, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. And I'm like, dude they should be right next to each other. Computer, LAN party. Let's go over it. The save game should have been set up already. They should have been in game, right? But, I'm
We've
extra.
got a couple level designers that have come on since 1.0. Jesus and Danny, I want to give them a shout out. Welcome to the team. This will be their first build having content ship with TFP. Jesus
I did that.
Spain and Danny's from the UK. So we have people all over the world.
Not rookie devs. They're definitely good.
So,
they're just not.
These are fun to find and explore, and
they're just kind of flying by the seat of their pants here. I feel like
amounts of monster closet type stuff, but there's loot to be had, and you're like, wow, that's fun to find in the wilderness.
But I have a shit ton of foresight, man. Like when I plan something, I want to hit the ground running. I want to hit the ground running and go for it.
Earl has been updating it with quite a few. There's too many POIs for Navigating to have them all, to be honest. I mean, unless we make it really, really dense. But they add some every update. Quite a bit of work's been done in Navigating.
Yeah.
But if you want to give Danny a look, let's look at rubble_burnt filler 18.
Can't wait till for bandits. I would love that.
So there's also wilderness POIs in other biomes. I assume it's in the burnt forest.
Wait. Rubble_burnt
_filler 18. Yeah, it's down about middle row, about 3/4 down. You already
got it. I got it. Wait.
So, it must be. Oh, it's right where you're at, maybe.
Let's do the other one. I mean,
all right, maybe that. Oh, no, it's right behind you. Okay, so it's like a burnt house.
Oh.
Yeah. No, behind you. There you go.
Yeah.
So there's little, it's meant to blend in with the burnt forest. So it'd be a gravel road to it, and it's a explorable POI that doesn't have a lot of enemies in it necessarily. Find a little bit of loot. You could turn it into your base if you got in a pinch. And let's do one more. Let's show them Atomic Burger in the wasteland.
Sure. Let's what is the name?
You can type a localized name.
Yep, I see it. Okay, so they're all.
Yeah, this is kind of fun. Go around to the front of this thing.
Oh, that's really cool.
There we go. There's Atomic Burger.
Atomic Burger. Nice.
Fallout fans.
Nice.
So that's in the wasteland. This is an example of remnant. There's a ton of kind of wilderness POIs that have been added to the game to give wilderness a lot more charm and variety, branding, if you will. Okay, I guess I'll talk about audio next. So Andrew has been busy he's done a ton of work on this build, and he's kind of audio guys they tend to be kind of an unsung hero. I used to be an audio guy, and I know about that. And their work is often not recognized, but he's done a lot of stuff to make Footsteps more unique.
I think we can pause that right now and go to chat for a minute. Go here, no, behind you, no, over there, to the left, to the right. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm totally with you. I'm kind of like, jeez. Too much time spent on aesthetics, not enough effort into mechanics or storyline. There's definitely some things on the mechanics, and they've kind of reorganized some stuff. But otherwise, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I can agree there. Um, as for the bandits, they've been promising that forever and ever. Story's gonna come in 2028. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't even know how
Camsham,
they're even gonna do it now.
pills.
All the cans look different too.
Actually, hold on, wait a minute.
Stew,
No,
plate,
let's do the dog food since my dog Sparky's on there. So
and then put it in your belt, if you would. Empty your belt and put all
Yeah.
the stuff in your belt.
The fun pimps definitely don't do water very well.
Get a stew. So people have been asking for a long time about better sort of immersive hand items, and the team has responded to those requests.
What are those? Oh, that's
you get
honey.
A couple of different, get a different colored smoothie like that.
God damn it!
One of those other smoothies up there that you got right there. Oh
yeah, no, sorry, I was grabbing other stuff.
Boom! Look at all that. I wonder what all those are.
And then there's a hand. So you can see there is a can of dog food. I think the guys are moving the labels so they're rotated so you can see it better in the camera. But my head's in the way.
Yeah,
but,
you can't. It doesn't matter. You can't see it anyway. Here, I can hide you for just a moment so they can see.
Let them appreciate.
Do they pop the top?
Now show them how that works. There you go. Go down the gullet.
Yeah. They should hire the Darkness Falls creator.
There's various colored liquids, based on the color of the liquid. The beef stew actually has something that's like that. The plate. There's a plate of food that's different. And if you have pills, it has kind of a fun animation there. Oh, okay. There goes that lid. Yeah.
And
so there are. The parcel. There are still a few things that are sort of the parcel. I think it's a
steroid. That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, there's the syringe. That's awesome.
Yeah, the syringe.
I love the personality to the animation there. That's pretty sick.
Cool.
Farming needs some love too, man. Jeez.
Lathan did a lot of the work on this. So why don't we show them? We'll talk about a little bit how cosmetics, how you'd be wearing clothing and armor for protection, but you can change your cosmetic look. How that works in the game now.
Sure. Let me. Hey, I'm back.
That's
everybody.
Funny.
Okay, so we now have a cosmetic system. So I could be wearing anything. Here, let me get a full suit though. Actually, okay, let's get the full look going here.
Let me hit that bathroom real quick.
Let's get.
What's my timestamp?
Maybe the bike.
1 hour.
Let's do the bike.
Yeah.
As an example. So I'm going to put on. Let's see, that one, and that one. So we now look. I am in full primitive gear. It's like, well, that's not really that cool, is it?
You have to scrap the biker gear to be able to.
You do.
So when you go ahead.
I mean, if you want to explain it, you can. I don't mind.
All right. So basically, you can. Once you have it, go back to your other slot that's non-cosmetic. Your normal just hit B or escape and back. So you have your 4 slots below your character. This is what those 4 slots below your character on the bottom there are what you're actually wearing for protection, buffs, etc. that you might have if you had deep pockets, mods, and things like that. But then when you hit that little wardrobe model there on the top right by the character, it goes into the cosmetics, and this sets how you look. So you can be wearing a particular 4 sets of clothing for protection, but then you can change this aspect to how you want to look cosmetically, and then you have to find and scrap an item to unlock it as a cosmetic in the game, or.
So there, I just scrapped all of them. So the entire biker outfit is now scrapped. So now, whenever I come in here, there's the biker. There's the biker.
You can apply the whole set. There, it's a little hard to distinguish between color and grayscale in some cases, but
it is. But
it's kind of cool.
If it has the darker background around it, then that means it is locked. So now I can apply the single cosmetic, or I can just apply the whole set.
Okay.
So at that point, bam, I look like that.
Good question. Can we dye our armor? That's a really good question.
Again,
so still wearing the same armor, but I look like this.
Yeah, and if you were on a bicycle, or or your friends saw you, they'd see you in your biker look, but you'd be wearing your so stupidly you'd be wearing your primitive armor for protection.
Yeah. In the wasteland, by the way. In the wasteland. But there we are, everybody.
So he's wearing primitive armor, but he looks like a biker.
I'm cool with that.
He looks like a badass, but really, he's not.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to offer them
a lot of zombies.
So as we roll out Twitch drops, etc., for
that's what I was going to say.
Before we get into DLCs, you would see them in this menu for additional cosmetic looks.
Yes, they would look like these down here, which I'm probably not going to click on it, but they'd look like those.
Yeah,
because they're still enabled in here. Unless you want to tease one of them, I mean that's a.
So you guys have asked about third-person view. We have worked on third-person view. It's not ready for 2.0, but we feel we could roll it out in a 2.1 or 2.2 patch.
Okay,
it's close, but not quite. We know it would pair well with this, and we're excited for it, but not quite yet. Do you want to? So that's it for cosmetics. Stay tuned for Twitch drops and some DLCs in the future.
We will have Twitch drops. Yes, we are not ready to share what and the what of that, but we will have them. Yes.
Soon after 2.0, stay tuned.
Yes, that.
You want to take a quest and show them the quest marker?
Yeah, sure. Let me head over to this quest that is. I'm not going to do that. Actually, let me.
So wonder why you keep dying. Check your skins. I think it's a cool idea. I like where they're going with that. I mean, they might end up in a more like kind of live service kind of environment, and I don't know how I feel about that, but the Twitch drops is cool.
This was done in 1.0, but we didn't have time to integrate it before. But there's a quest rally marker that is sort of specific to quest. It has flags and lights on it. It kind of looks like a beacon. There's an example. So this is a dig quest, and you can kind of see there's a dig emblem there, and you would see that instead of the mobbing exclamation point.
Okay.
And it gives you basically a little bit of a better visual for it to represent that. But the flag would change out based on the quest type.
I mean, it's not my money there that's getting spent there, so I'm cool with it.
I mean, yes, I could have just went into the ground too. I mean,
I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm okay with the gift.
So
that's not bad.
That's the quest marker. Gosh, we showed off the new hand.
Someone is going to mod in the ability to be naked while wearing armor.
We're going all right. I think definitely. We said 2 hours tonight.
Yeah, 2 hours. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact. Let's get through. We still have a few more things to discuss. I think the next topic is the one they keep asking about over and over.
So, cautiously and optimistically, we've passed certification for dedicated server crossplay. We're super excited about that. That means PS5 players can play with Xbox X and S series players, with Windows players, with Steam players, all in the same dedicated servers.
Nice.
There are some specific settings that the server admins would have to set. There's a a couple config things in the server.xml. If you're familiar with that and you're running a server, I think it has to have a platform.config must have contain PSN for XBL, and then you have to keep the server MAC count to 8 or below. Server allow crossplay set to true, EAC enabled, ignore EOS sanctions set to false. And other than that, there's not a lot of restrictions, and you should see it in your server browser. Paired nicely with that is the next feature, or a couple next features that would pair really nicely with that, about how you might join your buddies. Lathan, we can talk about that.
Sure. When you join a server, you can now spawn with your friends. I mean, that's really it. I mean, that's the thing I've been looking forward to, everybody. The fact that every time we start a game and you have to take 20 minutes running to each other, yeah, that fixes that, everybody. So
basically, as long as your friend is not in a biome that would kill you right away,
that's true.
you'd spawn near him. That's a side note there.
Oh yes.
And another feature Lathan is going to tell you about is real exciting. It's quite good.
Yeah, so we have integrated Discord into our voice chat. So that's what we're using now for voice chat. It gives you a rich presence. You can invite people to game through Discord. There's a lot of other features. You can see invite your friends. You can message in and out of Discord, which can be hidden. Go ahead.
So if you link your account, it'll use your Discord account. If you don't, it would use a anonymous account, you call it, I guess. If you don't have Discord, it would give you a temporary anonymous account. It's quite good. The voice quality is really amazing. We're excited about it. It makes it easier to play with your friends. And they have what's called a universal friends list too for invites. That's also in there.
Yeah.
Cross-platform invites. If you you all had Discord, but one was on PC and one was on PlayStation or Xbox, you could
it would work there.
Yeah, it works. It works there. So I know we've been holding that back for a while, and the reason being is, it's not a lot of fanfare when you get through cert on something like this. Not a lot of games do this, and we were like, well, wait, we passed? Did we pass? They didn't fail us. I guess we passed. There's usually a lot of restrictions involved and a lot of red tape, and so we've been close-lipped about that because we weren't sure until it actually passed cert, and they have been known to potentially change their minds if they find something in a later certification that we didn't anticipate. We've run into that, FYI. So anyway, it's all good news. We're real excited about that feature. 2.0 for console will be stable PC, Steam. And we're still looking at June 30th as a very, very strong date for us. Unless something explodes, it's been playing really good for a while now.
Yes.
Right.
Cool. There's one more topic if you wanted to talk about it.
Oh yeah. So we put in DLSS upscaling, which is NVIDIA's native upscaling graphics feature. There's a setting there you can set that. It has a few artifacts with it, but the performance and so overall quality is pretty awesome. We'll be adding some new weapons in future updates. I know you all like authentic weapons and more weapon types, and we've been putting some thought into that. Yeah. What do we have here? We got a little bit of time. Maybe we could.
Yeah, a little bit.
Any questions stand out to you? If you can distill any.
So, I think I keep seeing stuff about modded. I don't think that's modded on Crossplay, because I don't think mods For the most part, unless they are just XML based mods, I'm not sure if those are going to work on consoles anyway. So
there's
yeah.
considerable work there. Like Fallout curated mods. I mean,
Exactly.
Bethesda worked on that for years to get that across the pipeline. I'm not saying we couldn't and wouldn't possibly in the future. It's more complicated, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of simulation features in 7 Days to Die that people just don't even try out. Actually, I think they hear about a mod, and nothing against mods. I love them, but there's a ton of simulation features that people should try out in the base game that they may not have experienced. Walk day, run day, walk night is fun. There's a ton of them. Feral
Will
Sense
there
is
ever be
fun.
a story mode? Apparently, yes, there will be a
We
story
are
mode
planning
added.
Steam Workshop
Steam
integration.
Workshop's cool.
It might be possible to do mods someday. We never thought we could pull off dedicated servers with everybody, and that seemed like a pipe dream 2 years ago, and here we are with that launching. So yeah. Anyway, this build is jam packed as always. There's a lot more to it. The challenge in late game is super exciting. The storms and biome progression are fun. Believe it or not, the loot cap is fun. It pushes you along. It moves you along instead of just kind of like camping in the forest biome. It's like maybe you should progress and experience some challenge in the game.
So I'm trying to see questions, but it's just flowing down so fast that it's like, man, I'm trying to see if there's any good ones to ask. But I mean, let's.
We got questions? Any questions? Anybody got questions?
Shout out to Andres that we've had a pro
Let's see.
particle effects guy for the last year and a half. Andres has done a ton of stuff, and you're going to keep
Farming,
noticing improvements
fishing,
in particle effects along
bandits,
the way.
pop
The
jars,
storm particle effects are amazing. Once you
slow mode,
experience them firsthand.
bandit AI, canteens,
recycling jars. You could mod that back in if you want. We thought the reason we got rid of jars because water drinking survival was a nothing burger. That's why we got rid of jars.
So,
bandits
I think it's fine at this point.
End of the year, yeah, we're working on bandits ish. Game development is a lot harder than people think. Picking a date when something is great is a hard thing to do. If studios 10x our size can't get it right,
probably gonna join in PvP SH only. No PvP
Split
for
screen,
me.
Split screen is probably not coming back to console. Everybody,
where's my shit? So you can eat broken glass and it'll kill you, but when you eat a whole mason jar, you get
too much UI.
Hydrated.
Too much, I mean, it's basically 2 games in one. So it would be too
like
much
if jars would make it harder. I mean, yeah. Once it gets easy, it gets easy. That's it. Ginger, how are you?
And armors maybe at a later time, but not currently.
Are the fun pimps so bad at keeping dates?
Yeah, so
I promise you, random. It's not isolated, man. It's every developer. If even like modders, if they say it's gonna take them a month, it's gonna take them 6. So, no vehicles, no vehicles.
Everybody, this isn't like a let's request our favorite feature this time.
No, you asked questions. You asked. You asked.
The new Grace model's coming. I think isn't the new Grace model?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's in. Well, you want to spawn one?
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
All right, let's check it out. Yeah.
Find out if
ask if VR mod.
I know. I'm sure it's in.
We already know that.
No, she's terrifying. Oh yeah, no, y'all should really see her. She's terrifying.
It's badass.
What are these people saying?
I'm kidding. I'll show it to you. Everybody's like, "This is BS. We don't get to see it."
Come on there.
Okay.
Storm length.
There is.
Wrote the music at the beginning.
AI turned off.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Grace.
The new Grace. Holy shit! That's a bad
Yeah.
picture. That's way better, dude. I love that.
It is a beauty.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cool
Don't-
with that.
Yeah. Watch out on Horde Night.
Horde Night. They're gonna come on Horde Night.
No, stay away from
Ooh.
me. Stay away from me.
Nice movement too.
Ow,
That's
no,
cool.
I don't want to. Okay, anyway, we don't need to see her kill me.
Yeah, we do. I do. I want to see that.
That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
So,
Yeah.
So,
That is cool.
talking a little bit about the schedule coming up, we have streamer weekend is Friday. Monday will be experimental, and we are targeting the 30th for stable.
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Yes.
And you all be on the lookout for blood moons. With that, it's a lot different experience than people might think. It's really shaping up. More to come on that too.
Yeah, we're gonna have
So-
a dev stream on that one as well at some point in the future, so you can ask questions about it.
It is scary, man. Yeah. Demon dog on steroids.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
I think that's really it, everybody. We don't have anything else to cover. Hope everybody enjoyed everything you saw.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
we enjoy doing these. It's a lot of fun for us to be
Dude.
able to show you the work of all the team members. So,
Thank you for coming, and we look forward to your feedback and y'all getting your hands on 2.0. It's a beast of a build, and we think we think a lot of people will come back and try it.
yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and post a link. So Wayward Echo was nice enough to help us with the patch notes video, which he's gonna actually release tomorrow.
Oh, we're going to
So
see.
here it
We're gonna
is.
go see him.
I'm gonna spam it for a second,
All
so at
right.
least some people see it. And
Go for it.
then,
It might
yeah,
not be,
so
Jeff.
it's
It
now
might
in
not be.
chat.
I'll talk
Hopefully
about it in
people
just a
saw it.
minute.
Actually,
Yeah.
you know what would have helped? I should just ask one of the mods to. There we go. It's pinned. And then please stick around for just a minute. We are going to raid someone. But yeah, I mean, this is it. It's over. Thanks everybody so
This is
much
it. It's over.
Thank
Go
you for coming.
home.
for watching, and we will.
Can you copy it here? Yeah. I got you, bro. I got you. Where the fuck? Wait, where is it? We're rating somebody with 2,400 people. That's a lot. I gotta say though, this is the most people I've ever had in a stream. Concurrent right now is 131.
Coming, FYI.
What?
All right, so let's close that. Let's close this. Right. Let me go back. Let me go back to the patch notes. I've got some notes here, and I want to catch up with I want to catch up with chat here. Basically, what they did. Hold on, let me get my shit together. People spamming, hell yeah. Okay, so basically what they did is they went through this. Everything that was already like announced and everything that was already on this list, that's what they went through. I'm sure there's more. Try to get them to raid you. Oh, dude, you're the best. You're the best. I wouldn't know what the fuck to do with myself with 2,000 fucking people. You know what I would do with 2,000 people? I would ask them to follow me on Facebook so I can get 25 more so I can live stream there too. And I know Facebook is for boomers, but look, I'm 41. Technically, you know, according to 20-year-olds, I'm a boomer. All right, here's what I went through. Let me scroll back for a sec here. Why are the fun pimps so bad at keeping dates? It's not just the fun pimps. It's all developers across all platforms and including modders. Like Kane said, I think Kane said he would potentially have Darkness Falls done and ready for 1.0 in October, and it didn't release until January. Now, the thing about Darkness Falls is, and a lot of people are saying like, man, why don't they just hire Kane? Well, there's a few points to be made there. Is that one, Kane is not locked down by requirements like Sony, PlayStation, Microsoft, Steam. He's not locked down by those things. Modders aren't locked down by those things. They can literally just do whatever the fuck they want and just release it, and that's it. So I mean, it's not as easy. I'm not a developer, but I know that it's not as easy as we think it might be, even if we want to complain. So there's that. Am I gonna join that? I do love that you can eat broken glass, but if you drink a jar of water, it hydrates you. Drive me crazy. Woo Chronicles. Thank you, Rob. You're welcome. Oh, fuck. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. Gen X, Jeff. Being a dev is not easy. I wish that people knew how hard is deep. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. It's got to be difficult, you know. So, will consoles get mods? That's a good question. The answer is most likely not. Maybe if the developers wanted to offer like extended mod support, which I think would be in their best interest, because I've said it a million times before that all the Fun Pimps need to do is keep new players coming in, and the modders will do the rest. Like all they have to do is provide kind of like a very simple kind of arcade style game, which they have, and the modders will do the rest. So yeah. Unlikely though that consoles will ever get mods, and they seemed real apprehensive and kind of confused. Like if console players are going to be able to cross play with PC players on dedicated servers, and I think it was 8K or below for cross play on dedicated servers. Eric, I think I saw you typed that, but I might have missed it. Um, I just totally lost my train of thought. Console and mods, but the question is, if the mod is server side, is console going to see that, because console has a whole different coding system? So I don't know. That's a good question. That's a hard question to answer too. Now Kane has a job now besides his cat things. Yeah, Darkness Falls afforded him the opportunity to expand his career as a developer in general, which is fucking phenomenal, dude. It's cool. Hope we get flavored broken glass. Fair enough. Methamphetamine flavored. They'll make it blue, and they'll call it Heisenberg. Volicaster Dizzy, hello. I think the question isn't new, but did we get info about our? I don't understand what that means. About our. Hope mods do happen. I still play old games like Fallout and Minecraft because of mods. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. They have to, man. They have to keep the mods up. They have to. They don't have a choice. All right, so what's happening here? Concurrent viewers, 139 of y'all just chilling. Can't I can't even believe that. Thank y'all so much. I'm gonna go ahead and end this here.